Today we're going to do this Kallaway style card flip animation in Davinci Resolve. Let's go! Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is add a fusion composition and drag it to about 20 seconds. There we go. And then hop into Fusion, open the Fusion page, and this is where we're going to build our background. The first thing we're going to add is a background node. Add a background node in, connect it to the media out, and put this background node on a grayish color. Add a merge node. Open your select tool and search for merge, and then add another background node on top of that. Then leave it on black, add an ellipse node, connect it to the background node, and then let's make that smaller, maybe that big, and then pull the soft edge all the way up and the border width all the way to the top. Below the background node, add a zoom blur in your select tool, zoom blur, and pull the zoom amount all the way to the top, and add a radial blur, pull that all the way to the top. The last thing we're going to add in is film damage. Pull the vignetting all the way down, and then we want to change the temp shift, pull it down a little bit towards blue more. Just want to get our gray look back. We can change the dirt color also to a grayish color. Put the density up a little bit, the dirt size up, blur up so we can see the spots there, and then the scratch, we want to unclick these two boxes. So this is more or less what we have when we play that back, but that's too much, so we want to try and pull back a little bit on that. All right, so I think round about there looks fine. Our background is done. I like to disable the background so I can see the effects better on what I create, so I don't get distracted by the background. So I'm gonna hit D on my keyboard to disable the background, then drag in another fusion clip on top of that. And this is gonna be the first card that we're gonna create. Go into the fusion page. We're gonna start again with another background node. Connect this to the media out, add a rectangle node this time, connect that to the background node. Go to the rectangle settings, width and height. We're gonna change some settings here. This is a nice looking card. So let's add in a pipe router. Hold in Alt, click on the line and just drag it like that. So below the background node, we're gonna add our text. So add a merge node. We've got 3 layers of text. So let's add 3 merge nodes in there. Another one, 1, 2, 3. We'll add in some text and then connect that to the first merge. And then type in the number 7, choose a font there. Let's choose this one and then move it to the side, round about there. Under shading, we'll use a gradient color, put it on gradient, and then pull back this one a little bit. Then we'll add another text node, and this is our next section. Choose the same font again. Add this to a text box and then wrap it to the text box, and then I'm just going to pull this text box down as big as the card, right? The line spacing, we want to decrease that so the step playbook is a little bit closer, increase the size a little bit, and then just pull the center down. Back to the 7, under shading, give it some glow. So increase the softness, just reduce this a little bit and add some glow there. Do the same with the step playbook. Under shading, give it some glow there, put it on 10, and then pull it down a little bit, not too much, just enough. Add another text, connect that to merge 3, and type in our next text, to future proof. And then also under layout, text box, make it as big or as small as you want. I'm just gonna make it that small, and then I'm gonna decrease the size of the text by a lot. Click on the H anchor, the one that's on the right, so the text goes to that side. On the 7, add a rectangle node, pull down a rectangle and connect it to the top one, the 7. And then pull this rectangle just as big as the 7. So we want the bottom part of it to fade a little bit. Increase that and then just move it up. So I just want the bottom part of the 7. We've got a nice fade going. Next thing we're going to do is add a paint node below the background node. Just add that in and then put the color on purple. Let's see what it does. So if we can add this in, this is too big, right? So we want to decrease the brush size. So this is the settings that you can use to create this brush stroke effect. And then we're going to draw in some crosses and circles and stuff on the card. We'll just draw that in. Don't worry about being like perfect. Just draw in an arrow there from the top, make an arrow. Control Z every time you make a mistake and just try and redraw that. Try and make it nice. Next one, let's do a little cross behind that, and let's do some crosses here. If you draw over the same cross again, it's going to be brighter. I don't like that. Then on top, so we've got a circle here. Oh, let's try and make it better. That's a nice circle. Let's do a circle here. And then let's do 2 circles here. One behind the 7. Let's make it smaller. And then put an arrow to the top. Couple of circles there. You can do whatever you want, whatever feels good to you. So it's basically circles and X's and like, so it's very subtle, but it looks pretty tasteful. It looks pretty good. The next thing is go to effects, under tools, under templates, edit, effects, scroll all the way down and search for outer stroke. Just add that in there. Make it purple again and then pull the border width down, and then the shadow on the blend will pull it all the way down. Put the border edge on circle, and then go to the rectangle and pull the soft edge up a little bit and the border width just a little bit, so we get a nice blur on this. And now we'll just animate the text. Select the first text, the 7 in this case, put a keyframe on the y-axis, go about 10 frames in, 20 frames along, and then put another keyframe there, go back to 0, and then just pull it up a little bit. Under opacity, put a keyframe on opacity, under shading, and then go back to frame 0, and then pull opacity all the way down. So we've got this nice fade in animation. Open the spline window, select the text and zoom to fit. Select all your keyframes, press S on your keyboard, hold in Alt, and then drag this last part, the end of the keyframes. I like to put it all the way to this end, to this side, so they create the same curve. And then we're going to do the next one, text 2. We'll add a keyframe on 50 and then move 10 frames along, add another keyframe, go back to that one and pull it up a little bit. Under shading, add a keyframe on opacity, go back to frame 100 and put another keyframe on there, go back and then pull your opacity down. So we've got the same. Open the spline window and then select the text 2, zoom to fit, select all the keyframes, S on your keyboard, hold in Alt and drag them out again. So I'd like to put the playhead there so I can see as reference where I should drag out these keyframe curves. So I'll take both and drag them out so they make the same curve. And then text 3 will come in on frame 100, go back to layout, center, and then another 10 frames, another keyframe there, go back to that one, and then pull it up a little bit, yes. And then the same on shading, under opacity, and then back to frame 100, and then pull it down. Open the spline window again, just select these two, press S on the keyboard, hold in Alt again, and then we'll pull both keyframes so they make the same curve. Okay, before we're done, just make the step playbook capital letters, just looks much better. So we're done with the front card, and let's move on to the next one. We're gonna duplicate this card, we're gonna hold in Alt and drag another Fusion layer on top, and then disable that one. Go into the Fusion page, and then we can use this to adjust some more stuff. Make this background a pink color and then put the U on 295. This is pretty important. The outer stroke, we're going to pull the border width all the way to the top, and then we'll put this U also on a pink color, but we'll change it from 295 to 290. We need to decrease this size because this card is now bigger than the front card. Change this to 208 and then 5. Go into the spline editor and delete all your keyframes. We don't want any keyframes on here. Then go to layout and then move this one to the corner. And then the rectangle, we can enable that and then find it and then just move it to that top. Let's add a soft glow and see what it does. Put it on none and pull the size down. Then we can do text 2 is going to be disable any keyframes, otherwise it's going to move around while we play. So the first heading is, let's do this in capital letters as well, confirm the goal, and we're going to move this down. We can add the icon by going to Canva. I already did that, but you can go to Canva and you can type in target or target icon or anything like that. Drag the media in from your media pool and then connect it to another merge node. Add a transform node and then decrease the zoom size and then position it to the top. Add a soft glow push the threshold up, play around with the gain, the glow size and everything, so we can get this nice blend of blue to blend in with that pink. So this looks pretty cool. Between the threshold, the gain and the glow size, we'll increase that and see what we've got. Right, card number 1 is done. Now for the next card, card number 2, so before we duplicate it, pull the opacity down to about 80, the overall opacity. So the reason why I'm doing it here and not in the fusion page is because the outer stroke messes around with it when I pull the blend down. Holding Alt back into our timeline, we'll hold in Alt and drag it up, and then disable this card, go into Fusion, and from there on it's pretty easy. We just change the numbers, so this is going to be number 2, and we're going to change the media. So we're going to delete this media, and we're going to add the next media in, and then we're going to change the text. Cool. And then on the background, we want to change this hue to go darker. So we're going to go 5 values down, because the previous card was on 295. So we're going to go to 290, and the outer stroke, we're going to pull it down to 285. Each card is going to go down in 5 on the hue values. Copy this and do card number 3. Go into Fusion page, and the same thing. We're going to change the number 3, and we're going to change the media, aggressive content volume, and we'll pull the size down a little bit, and then we'll add the next image in. Don't forget to change the hue. So we're going to, we're on 290, we're on 285 on this one, and then on the outer stroke we're going to go 280. Back to the timeline, and then copy this one once more, disable the bottom one, go into the Fusion page, and then we're going to repeat the steps. AI, workflow, and agents. We just put in our elements. The cards are pre-created, and then the background again, we're going to change the hue from 285 to 80, this one, and on the outer stroke we're going to change it to 275. On 4 we're going to copy that and holding Alt, drag it to the top, go into the Fusion page, and the same thing. We're going to change the number to 5. When in the trenches, the layout looks good. I'm just moving fast, so you can spend more time and refine this a lot more. I know it's not perfect, but this is just the workflow to show you how to do this quickly. Background, we're going to go back down, so it's going to be 275, and this one's going to be on 270. The hue is going darker and darker. Nice. I'm done with this, and then we're going to drag this up again and go into the Fusion page. And the next one is number 6, right? Rent to own. Space them out, 275. This one goes down to 270. And then the outer stroke goes down to 265. And the last one, holding Alt, drag it up, disable this node, go into the Fusion page, and then we'll change the number to the last number, number 7, right? Nurture your community. That looks good. And then the background, we're going to go one down again. So from 270, we go to 265, and then the outer stroke is going to 260. And the next part is going to be the animation that we're going to do. So I think the best option to do this is to export all your clips as high resolution alpha files. The reason is, if you use the Fusion compositions, it can be pretty system intensive. So we're going to go to export MXF OPA1 for the format. The codec is going to be DNxHR, type DNxHR 444 10-bit, timeline resolution if you want. Check the alpha export and uncheck the export audio box, otherwise you'll get 2 empty audio tracks every time you drag it in. So this first one is going to be card 7, so add to render queue and then just render all. It's going to take a couple of seconds each time it renders a card out, so just do that for all your cards until you have 8 high resolution alpha exports, and then we're going to continue with the animation. Let's see what they look like. Yeah, we've got this, the nice transparent. Now let's duplicate this timeline. Right click on that and say duplicate timeline. Delete all the Fusion comps except for the background. So let's delete everything on top, and then we'll keep the background there. Then I'm just going to disable the background for now. Let's drag in a new Fusion composition and extend it the same length as the background. Then open that Fusion page. Perfect, we've got a media in. So add a background node, and then between the background node and the media out, just add a merge node. And then change the background from solid color to gradient. Change this side to purple and the other side to blue. And then on the screen, these two adjustments, we're gonna just swap it to top to bottom, right? And then we'll move this down. You see now it changes because that gradient stays in its place. Change the border width all the way up and the soft edge to around about there. And then we'll add in soft glow, pull the ellipse down to where it's gonna be more or less. Then the background gradient pointers. So we've got a nice blend between purple and blue. On top of the soft glow, we'll do a normal glow. We'll just increase the glow size. We'll pull it down to around about here. And then let's animate this. Put a keyframe on the center, and then on frame 50, we'll put another keyframe there, and then go back to 0, and then pull it up a little bit. Go to the spline window, select all your keyframes, S on your keyboard, pull this one all the way to the edge. On this side, search for DVE. This is what we're going to use to animate all the cards. This side of the DVE will add all our merge nodes. So let's add this one in. This one goes there, and this one goes into the DVE, right? From that one, we'll add the other 7 merge nodes. So we'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make some space, 6, 7. So we've got 7. We've got 8 merge nodes in total for all 8 of the cards, right? And then we're gonna start with the front card right at the end. We'll add that in, and then we'll add the cards 1 to 7 next to each other. So we'll add number 1, number 2, and so on. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Last one. There we go. Starting with number 7, go to the merge node, select the merge node, and under settings, just pull the blend all the way down. Pull all the blends down, so we don't want to see those cards. Number 5, pull the blend down. Number 4, under settings, pull the blend all the way down. Do that until we see the last card. For some reason, the last card can't pull the blend down there. We'll add in a transform node there, and then on frame number 0, add a keyframe on the Y, the X axis, and the Z move. Then we'll go to frame number 30, add another keyframe on X, Y, and the Z move. Then back to 0. We'll do the X on, we'll do this on -13, and then this one can be on 87. And then the Z move, we'll zoom this in till the card just disappears. Open the spline window, select the DVE, select all the keyframes on there, press S on your keyboard, move the cursor to the first frame, and then hold in Alt and drag these sliders or these arms out. Select the DVE node and then move forward about 20 frames. So we're on frame 50. Add a keyframe there and then go forward another 30 frames. And then we'll put this on -180. Go to the spline editor and select those keyframes only on the Y rotation. Select the keyframes, we're going to smooth them out, hold in Alt and drag that out to the end. So using the arrows on my keyboard, I can see where the card flips around. Round about there, select the second merge on card number 1. We're gonna add a keyframe there and then move back, add another keyframe. Then go back and put the blend all the way up. Under merge, under flip, just flip it the right side up. And then what we wanna do, as soon as this card shows, go back to the blend. Under transform on the front card, we wanna add a keyframe there as well. And then another keyframe, the same keyframes that we had on the merge node with the blend, we'll add them on the transform under zoom as well. And as soon as that one appears, this one goes to 0. There we go. So we'll wait another 20 frames, add a keyframe there, and then skip ahead another 30 frames, right? And then we'll make it 360. 360, so this card goes down. Go into the spline editor, select all your keyframes, S on your keyboard, holding Alt and drag the last keyframe out. And then on your keyboard, the moment the card flips around, this is the front face. So selecting the first or the second card, add a keyframe there, forward 1 frame and then add a keyframe there. The same on the previous card because we want it to disappear. So we'll add a keyframe there and go back, take this one down, take that blend all the way out. The moment the card flips around, it shows the second card. Then we'll wait another 20 frames or so. We'll add a keyframe, forward another 30 frames, change this to 540. So card number 2 is mirrored, so we need to flip that around. So under merge, click on this flip. I can wait another 20 frames, add a keyframe there, go another 30 frames, 720. Open the spline window, select the keyframes, S on your keyboard, holding Alt and drag it out. And then the moment card 2 flips around, so select card number 3, so we'll add a keyframe there and one, and on card number 2 as well, we'll add a keyframe there and one there, and we'll pull this down, and on this one we'll pull it up, right? So number 3 is upside down again, go to the merge and then just flip it right side up. Wait another 20 frames, add a keyframe there and skip ahead another 30 frames and then put it on 720 and then go to spline window, smooth the keyframes out, S on your keyboard, drag the last part out again, and then the moment the card flips, select the next card and then add a keyframe there, one back, add a keyframe there, go to the previous card, keyframe, take the blend down, and now it will show the next card. Then we'll do the same thing. We'll go another 20 frames, keyframe, and another 30 frames. Put this on 900. Open the spline window, select your keyframes, S on your keyboard, holding Alt and drag it out. And then the moment the card flips again, we'll use the arrows on our keyboard. It's round about there, right? We'll show this card, add a keyframe there, back to the previous card, keyframe and a keyframe, pull it down. Go to card 5 and pull it up. Card 5 is flipped again. So go to merge and just go to merge and click on flip. So it just flips the right side up. Wait another 20 frames, keyframe there, forward another 30 frames, and we'll go 1080, holding Alt and pull it down again. This is down, and then this is up. And the last one, finally. Okay, so we've got 20 frames, a keyframe, and another 30 frames, and the last one is 1 to 60, right? Yes. Open the spline window, select all the keyframes, S on your keyboard, and then drag this one out again. Go to 7, settings, keyframe, keyframe, back, keyframe, keyframe, and then we'll move forward and pull 6 down, and then we'll pull 7 up. And 7 is flipped around again, so just flip it right side up. To make the cards float in the air like that, add a camera shake. This one, don't use the other one. So we'll add a camera shake, but the one without these words in the brackets, use the one below that. And then we'll pull down the motion scale and the speed scale a little bit. Selecting the DVE, the last thing we can do is under settings, click on motion blur, put the quality all the way up. So when you're done with your animation, it should look something like this. That looks good. That looks so freaking good. I like it. I love it. If you guys have any suggestions on how to improve these animations, I'd love to hear them. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.